So I think that's an interesting analogy between the persistence it takes to succeed as an athlete, the persistence it takes to make a difference.
And you have
in
to
the
train
world.
for that. You can train for that.
And so Positive Tracks, the nonprofit organization you support, that uses, I want to make sure I understand it, it's using athletics and inspiring young people to engage in athletics as a part of how they're fundraising, right?
Yes, yes.
So,
and being philanthropic, what does that mean? And
right.
How does that fulfill you? And then it's like going to the gym. It's training you so that you can start here on this small scale.
Right.
But it's going to give you the foundation and the understanding, the practicality to do it more and more in your life. And you know, if you have more and more kids doing that, and you're going to just see this explosion of growth and goodness. So when you ask the question, like, why do I have to learn this? Because you have to, because whenever you find your passion, what you want to do, it's going to give you the tools and the resources to do that. And that will help you tremendously, because everything that we do in here is free, you know? And where do you get the money for that? And we were talking about, how do you raise money? And it's like, banquets are so boring. Usually the food is bad. People have to sit around, listen to bad music.
You gotta get your tux out.
And, you don't, and it sort of defeats the purpose of the wellness center, because it's all about being active and being athletic, or being connected to your body, however that is, whatever sport you like, walking or running or cycling. And for me, cycling was the way to go.
so that's where the Dempsey Challenge
So that's
comes
where the challenge came from. And it also came from how it all started with the Amgen Tour to California and cycling, and I was like, that's a great way to raise money. And also is promote healthy living, to get people up out of their chairs and out into the world, and work together as a team to train for the event and to challenge oneself.
And so do you think that gives them more of a stake in the work by being so actively engaged?
You have a
in
goal.
That?
I think it's really important to have a goal and an objective. And when we have the challenge, it's like how many miles are you going to run? How many miles are you going to walk? How many miles are you going to ride? And for me, it's been transformative, you know, because I have to get out there and train, because I got to ride.
Right.
You know, I got to go out.
You're the face of the whole thing.
Right, and I'm out of shape. I'm riding with these pros, and they just drop me left and right, or I'm with people. So then I'm like, oh, okay, this is really good for me too. I need to challenge myself. And through the course of all of this, I've transformed mentally and physically in a spiritual manner as well. The journey is the destination. The journey is the destination. The process is the product. I mean, you're like, oh, okay. But it does condense it down so you can start to think about it. It's like, you're never then. When you're done, it's not fun. It's getting there. It's going through the conflict and getting the resolution and coming out. All of that's what's forming you. That's what it's about. And that's the challenge, is when you're in that questioning period where you just don't have the answer, or you're just too tired to get up and go do something. That's when you got to push through. And I think that's why you go into a gym, or you go train, and you get on a bike, and you bring in being an athlete, because you have to get that mental aspect working through the pain, whether it's psychological or physical. And I think that's why you combine the two, like the challenge or cycling or whatever it is that you're into sport-wise, is that you will transcend the pain and go past it. So when you come up against that in another area in your life, you have the skill set to overcome it.
To persevere.
Yes, that's why you see these great athletes that have such strong mental capacity and a pain threshold emotionally as well.